Listen, it does not matter if you're super rich, if you're super famous, if you have the hottest boyfriend or a girlfriend on this planet. It does not matter if you have a house in the Bahamas or a house in New York City. None of that actually matters if you do not have self-confidence. That is why self-confidence is by far the most beautiful and amazing accessory you can achieve in life. It's time for you to say goodbye to your insecure self and knock on the door of your most confident self, and I'm gonna teach you how. So make sure to reach the end of this video. Hello guys, my name is Marta and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to talk about self-confidence, and I'm not going to take you any more minutes of your time with this introduction. So let's run straight into today's video. Okay, so throughout this video I will be talking about various and different topics. So I'm going to list them in one of these sides so you can understand what we are going to talk about today and what topics we are going to cover. Okay, so the first thing I really want to tell you guys and to show you guys is what is the definition of self-confidence. What does self-confidence really mean? Self-confidence is basically an attitude you have about your skills and abilities. It means that you accept and you trust yourself and you have a sense of control in your life. You know your strengths and your weaknesses well, and you have a positive view of yourself. A confident person sets realistic expectations and goals for herself. She handles or he handles criticism well, and he or she always communicates assertively. Okay, so in this topic, I want to talk about the importance of self-confidence in your relationships. It does not matter if we're talking about your family, your friends, your significant other, your classmates, your work colleagues. Self-confidence is always going to be the foundation of you being able to have a solid and authentic relationship with someone. I'm going to give like specific examples so you can understand what I am trying to say better. So let's say you are someone who really is insecure about the way they look, and you are about to go to a social gathering, and you get there and you're really insecure. You don't even greet people, you don't talk to them, you're always standing on the other side of the room all by yourself. You're not confident enough to just strike up a conversation with a stranger, or even go talk to someone you already met before. This specific situation is because you are insecure and you don't believe you're either interesting enough. You're always thinking, oh, they're not gonna like me, they're probably gonna think I'm ugly, they're probably gonna think this and that and this and that. This type of insecurity is really based on the idea that you think others have of yourself. So how do you stop being like this and actually switch up to the confident version of yourself? If you do see yourself in this situation and you actually relate to this person, I'm gonna ask you a question. You're always worried about what others are going to think of you, but in reality, the question you should be asking yourself is, what do I think about these people? And instead of asking yourself, what if they don't like me? No, ask yourself, what if I don't like them? Instead of focusing so much on what others are going to think of you, you need to switch up sides here. What do you think of those people? Do you think these people are good for you? They treat you right, they're nice to you. Think about it. Because at the end of the day, everyone is going to have opinions of yourself. Inside this topic, I want to talk about something else, and this is about your personal life. So we're not focusing on your social life, we're focusing on who you are and who you want to be as a person. Let's say you're someone who's a people pleaser. You want to go out and you have two outfits in mind, okay? These two outfits are both outfits you really like, and you're gonna ask people, your friends, your family, which outfit should I pick to go out? You should ask yourself first and foremost, Forget about other people. Forget about what they have to say. Oh, I think you look fat in this one. I think you look skinnier in this one. I think this one looks better on you. Let's say, like, in your mind, you really want to choose outfit 1, but everyone else that you ask for an opinion chooses outfit number 2. Okay, because the majority of people you asked chose outfit number 2, you're going to wear outfit number 2 instead of wearing the outfit that you actually preferred, which was outfit number 1. You ended up people pleasing your friends, your family, instead of actually caring about your own opinion. It does not matter if we're talking about clothes, if we're talking about a job, if we're talking about like a specific situation. I dare you to do this next time you're trying to decide. What do I think? What do I want? What does make me happy? Okay? These are the questions you should be asking yourself. Instead of going out there and asking for opinions, and we're not talking about constructive criticism, okay, that's something else. We're talking about things that you decide based on what you love to do and what makes you happy. Forget about going out there and asking people questions. Understand that your opinion is the one that matters the most at the end of the day. Okay, so this next topic is going to be about how to achieve confidence in yourself. And for that, I am going to talk about 2 different things. The first one is actually accepting yourself, and the second one is going to be about setting realistic goals and expectations for your life. So accepting yourself is really something that can take a long time to achieve. Before anything, I really want you to do this exercise. So you know the SWOT analysis, that is basically like an analysis that includes strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Just grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, and just write down your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. This is actually going to help you understand what are the things that you can work on yourself and what are the things that you have that make you different and authentic. So accepting yourself is really about accepting your full self, like every bit of you as a person, every strength, every weakness, all of these things. Okay, let's say it's a beautiful constellation. So every star represents everything there is to exist about you. Your strengths, your weaknesses, your threats, your opportunities. Everything that you are is represented in this beautiful big constellation. And if you imagine it as being a constellation, your being, all of it is beautiful. Even the smallest stars, the ones that don't shine as much. If these flaws were just like everybody else, if these strengths, if your authentic self was just like everybody else, what was so special about you? And this applies to every single human being on this earth. That is why it's so cool to understand that each one of us is so special. So I want you to see this constellation, right? And admire it because it's you. Listen, if no one has told you today, you're beautiful just the way you are, okay? And I'm talking mentally and physically, spiritually even. So moving on to the next subtopic, I want to talk about, which is setting realistic goals and expectations for yourself. So let's say you want to be a millionaire in a year from now, but all you do is stay at home and watch Netflix, eat popcorn all day, and you do nothing else. Think about it. Like, do you really think you're going to be a millionaire in a year from now if you don't do nothing about it? Manifestation is real, okay? And being delulu is actually good at some point. But what you need to understand is that these things, being delulu and manifesting, only work if you actually put in the work. Listen, you're not going to be a millionaire if all you do is sit around and watch Netflix and eat popcorn. It doesn't matter how much manifestation you do, how much of a delulu you are, it does not matter, because if you do not put in the work, that is like practically doing nothing. So what this is going to do is actually going to help you be confident about it. And how? Because you are setting realistic goals and expectations for yourself. And because it's easier to get there bit by bit, this is going to build confidence in you. But if you're setting unrealistic goals and expectations for yourself, and you actually get to that point and you haven't reached anything of what you wanted, this is gonna make you insecure. On the other hand, just set realistic goals and actually do something about it. Okay, so the next topic I want to talk about is actually overcoming the fear of judgment. This is probably one of the most influential things when it comes to being confident or insecure. Okay, so let's divide judgment into two sections. We have the type of judgment that actually helps you become a better person. It's basically constructive criticism. So constructive criticism is actually about someone else helping you and criticizing you, but for you to become a better person. On the other hand, we have, as I like to call it, the insecure criticism. Why insecure criticism? Because actually this type of judgment comes from people who are insecure. So let's say someone actually looks at you and they say something like, "You're ugly. I don't like you, you're ugly." They are actually insecure about those things, but in themselves. So I mean, have some pity about them, because at the end of the day, they are insecure and they're just projecting their insecurities onto you. People who actually judge others just because they have nothing else to do is actually because they feel so bad about who they are. They feel so bad about the way they look. The only way they can feel better about themselves is by judging other people. So what I want you to understand is that these types of criticism can actually make you grow as a person and become more confident. On one side, the constructive criticism actually makes you understand that there are things that you can get better on. On the other hand, the insecure criticism is the type of criticism that actually adds nothing to you, because there's only one thing that this type of criticism shows: how insecure those people who are saying those things to you actually are. And it also means that you are so important and relevant in their lives, they actually spend their time talking about you. Even if it's good or bad, they spend their time talking about you. You know how relevant you have to be in someone's life that they actually spend their free time talking about you? So you should be happy. And you should feel very, very good about yourself, because these people are actually spending their time talking about you. So you should only feel good about yourself, because you are that relevant in their lives. Okay, so moving on to the next topic, we are going to talk about getting out of your comfort zone to become more confident. Getting out of your comfort zone basically means that you need to go out there and try new things. So I'm going to give you some examples of how getting out of my comfort zone helped me become more confident. Listen, I am not a fan of driving. I don't like driving, okay? Driving freaks me out. But it used to freak me out even more when I started to drive. So, I mean, right now, I'm like chill about it. I really don't like to do it, but I'm chill about driving. Like, it's fine. From the moment I was freaked out to get inside of a car and drive to the moment I'm like chill about it, it's a lot of progress. Like, for me, it's a lot of progress. Everything started when I got my license and I started to drive. I had to drive every day for 2 years, every day for 2 years, to actually go to my university and get a degree. And I was so insecure about it. I was so scared of getting inside of a car and driving all by myself for 20 kilometers every day. But you know what? I did it. And I'm here. And I got better at it, okay? I'm not scared anymore. I mean, it's something I really don't enjoy, but I'm not scared anymore. I've become more confident, even about myself, with just the facing of my fear. So when you face your fears, when you face things that you're insecure about, when you actually get out there and try new things, probably things that freak you out at first, you become more confident because you actually prove yourself after you get better at it, after you meet someone new, after you go out to a place you're scared to go to. After you do those things, there is a sense of confidence inside you that rises up. This realization of the potential you had to overcome that situation comes to you, and you become more confident. It doesn't matter what the situation actually is. This proves that you were able to do it. You were scared before. You were insecure. You didn't know if you could do it. You were like, oh my God, what if I can't do this? Like, oh, I don't think I can do it. But after you've done it, that self-confidence rises up. So we are going to move on to the last topic of today's video. And this topic is actually about avoiding comparing yourself to others and focusing on personal growth. When you are constantly comparing yourself to other people, you're becoming more and more insecure without you even noticing it. This habit is probably one of the most dangerous things you can do to destroy your self-confidence completely. So listen, when you are comparing yourself to others, it's like a competition. You should not compete with others. The only person you're competing with every day is yourself, and should be yourself only. And I'm gonna give you a clear example for you to understand this better. For this example, I want you to picture a bouquet of flowers and a sunset. First of all, they're totally different from each other. I mean, sky and flowers, nothing to do with each other. Does the bouquet of flowers and its beauty take away the beauty of a sunset? Absolutely not. So just because someone else is beautiful doesn't take away your beauty. Like, does it suck away your beauty? It doesn't. So I need you to understand that just because other people are beautiful and they are attractive doesn't mean you're not. When it comes to other aspects of your life is like a book, right? It has a certain amount of chapters, a certain amount of words. So you have to understand that your story was written a certain way. It is not going to be by far looking like another book. And it shouldn't look like another book because it's your own story. It's your own book. These things happened in your life. They did not happen in anybody else's life. Those experiences adding up to each other made your life to what it is today. So do not compare situations of your life to other people's lives because it does not make any sense. Listen, we all have different experiences every day. We all had different experiences in the past. Of course, like, our life situations are not going to match. Just because somebody's your age and they are married, it doesn't really invalidate your love life. It doesn't actually take away your love life from happening. This only means that these people are in a different chapter of their book. Maybe you have reached a chapter in your book they haven't reached in their book. So I'm gonna give another example. So I was watching this girl on TikTok and she gave the most beautiful example. So picture this. A woman goes to a restaurant, she sits down and she orders a filet mignon. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but whatever. And then after some minutes, another woman comes into the restaurant, she sits down and she orders a mac and cheese. The woman that orders a mac and cheese gets her mac and cheese first. So the first woman, she was very confused and she, called the waitress and she asks her, why did that woman get her mac and cheese first? I was here first, I got here first. So what makes sense is that I get my order first. The waitress looks at her and she says, well, her mac and cheese actually takes 5 to 10 minutes to cook, while your filet mignon actually takes an hour to get ready. After this, the woman actually just, absorbed all that information. She was like, Oh, okay, so mine takes a little bit more of time, so I have to wait longer. I don't know if you actually understood what this actually means, but just because other people have certain things in their lives first than you do, it does not take away those things coming into your life as well. They just take a little bit more of time to get into your life. So you need to stop comparing yourself to others, because what is the point? You are different, but you are you. You are as beautiful, okay? You are as important. You are as valuable. And your progress in your life is totally different from everybody else's. So please stop comparing yourself to other people, because think about it. It doesn't make sense. So we have reached the end of today's video. I hope you liked watching it, and I hope it helped you in any way possible. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, to leave your like, and to share with your family and friends and everyone you want to share this video with. I will see you on the next video. Bye guys!